What's going on, world? Welcome to another TYSK report. I got some more exciting news related to some of the tech that was unveiled at the CES 2025 event. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Toyota's futuristic Woven City in Japan is ready for its first residents. Toyota's futuristic Woven City, which is being built on the site of a former car factory in Japan, is almost ready for its first residents. Woven City is more than just a place to live, work, and play, Toyota chairman Akio Toyoda said during the press conference at CES. Woven City is a place where people can invent and develop all kinds of new products and ideas. It's a living laboratory where the residents are willing participants, giving inventors the opportunity to freely test their ideas in a secure, real-life setting. In fall 2025, Toyota said it will welcome the first 100 residents to Woven City, all of whom will be employees of Toyota or its subsidiary, Woven by Toyota. The community will gradually expand to include external inventors and their families who will be invited to relocate to the new city. In total, the first phase of the city will eventually house 360 residents, Toyota says. The Woven City site, which is located at the base of Mount Fuji, includes buildings that are designed by famed Danish architect Barjek Engels. The goal through phase 2 and subsequent phases is to build enough housing and facilities for up to 2,000 people to live year-round, with utilities powered by the company's hydrogen fuel cell technology. The site is private for now, though Toyota says it plans on inviting the general public to see it in 2026. So I definitely like this concept of this city, and I look forward to seeing and learning about all the different things that are going to happen at this city as far as what tech is going to be invented, what tech is going to be tested, what new things Toyota has in store, and the exciting innovation that's going to come with this city. So with this Woven City, I do believe that this is going to be the first of many. I could definitely see more companies later on down the road building out their own cities where they're going to have people live there and test out technology. And who even knows, these companies might even build a city strictly with just humanoid robots, testing out the new technology on other humanoid robots, and that would be an interesting sight to see. Let's move on to the next article talking about earbuds. Timekettle's new earbuds offer real-time translation on calls. Timekettle unveiled its latest earbuds, the W4 Pro, this week at CES 2025 in Las Vegas. The product aims to up the ante on the startup's focus by bringing real-time two-way translation to phone and video calls. The earbuds will automatically begin translating calls in 40 different languages without any input from the user. Predictably, there is some latency, around 3 to 5 seconds following the speech. Translated speech will, however, come through louder than the original audio. In addition to those translations, the headphones use onboard AI to provide a summary of the conversation's contents. The W4 Pro can also be used in the same manner as earlier Timekettle headphones by sharing an earbud with another person for face-to-face translations. The headphones are powered by the company's newly announced Babel OS, which delivers lightning-quick transitions with solutions that can anticipate what is being said, adapt to customizable lexicons, and translate with real human emotion and tonality. The operating system is coming to older models as well, and the W4 Pro earbuds go up for sale Sunday, priced at $449. So I think this technology and these earbuds are going to really change the game for people who are working with clients in different countries. With this technology, it gives them the opportunity to not only speak to them directly on a phone call or video call, but build a more personal experience and having that conversation translated in real time. Plus, I also think this technology could be implemented in other factors such as learning, where students could be having conversations with other students around the world in their different languages and not skipping a beat on whatever topics they might be talking about at that time. So I do wonder how this technology is going to transform conversations and interactions that people have on a day-to-day basis. Even when you're out traveling to another country, this could be very beneficial if you have this in your ear and you can just have a direct conversation with the person and not having to pull out your phone and use a translation app to understand what the other person in a different country is saying to you at that time. Let's move on to the next article dealing with health. Withings Concept Mirror scans your health and then talks to you about it. Withings is back at CES with another futuristic health tech concept called Omnia. It's a smart mirror that can measure and display your health metrics, offer feedback from an AI voice assistant, and then potentially set you up for a telehealth consultation with a doctor. In a nutshell, Omnia has a base that can measure weight, heart health, and metabolic health. It can also pull in data collected from other trackers like smartwatches, blood pressure monitors, or even a smart bed. Withings says the built-in AI voice assistant will offer real-time feedback and could potentially give motivational pep talks or guidance. In addition to virtual consultations, the company says the mirror could also send data to doctors for review. Omnia isn't an actual product for sale yet. Withings says it's currently in development with no concrete timeline for when it actually will be available or for how much. So personally, I like this technology. Having this full body scanning mirror will give people the opportunity to learn more about their health on a more consistent basis. But also with this technology and the talk of telehealth visits with a doctor, this could possibly be the introduction into having this type of technology in different homes where people never had to visit a doctor office. They could simply monitor their health consistently and speak to a doctor if different health issues pop up. So this is interesting to see this technology. I could definitely see it coming to market. I'm not sure when, but later on down the road, we can hear more and more about people having these in their home and talking about it on the internet, how beneficial it is to have that data related to their health. In the next article, we have Vay expands driverless car sharing fleet in Las Vegas. Vay is hitting the accelerator on its driverless car sharing service in Las Vegas. The Berlin-based startup, which uses teleoperations technology that lets humans pilot empty vehicles to customers, has been operating a small commercial fleet of retrofitted Kia e-Niro vehicles in certain parts of Las Vegas since January 2024. If you're not familiar with Vay, when customers open the Vay app and hail a car, it arrives without a human behind the wheel. Once the Vay vehicle arrives, the customer hops in and takes over manual control of the car. Customers drive themselves to their destination. Once they're finished, the teleops driver pilots the vehicle back. Vay announced Wednesday during CES 2025 that it's expanding its operations and plans to increase its fleet to 100 vehicles in Las Vegas. So with this news, it sounds like a great opportunity for people who might be interested in being a teledriver since they are expanding their fleet out in Las Vegas. I'm not sure if you have to be in Vegas to possibly apply for this position, but this would be a great opportunity for you to do that. But also with this technology, I do wonder if this is also going to contribute to people not wanting to own a car, because if you can have this teledriver drive a car to you and then you take the car wherever you need to go and then the teledriver takes over and drives it back to its destination, people might find that as a more viable option than owning a car themselves and dealing with all the things that has to come with car ownership. So with this company Vay, if any other interesting news arise related to teledriving, I'll make sure to keep you updated. Let's move on to the next article talking about solar powered cars. Aptera shows off a new solar powered car that it swears will go into production. Aptera is aiming to get a little more time in the sun. The once dead and now resurrected startup unveiled a new production intent solar power electric vehicle that it made with a little help from legendary Italian automotive designers Pininfarina. And much like the last go around, the new prototype is an ultra efficient three-wheeled electric vehicle powered in part by embedded solar panels. The vehicle is equipped with 700 watts of integrated solar cells, allowing most drivers to drive every day without ever needing to plug in to charge. The cells can provide up to 40 miles of solar power range each day and the ability to travel up to 400 miles on a single charge. Aptera's previous attempts to be one of the first companies in the world to mass produce a solar powered car were derailed when it failed to qualify for the U.S. Department of Energy's Advanced Technology Loan Program. The company shut down in 2011 but reopened in 2020 after successfully raising enough money through crowdfunding and other means. So this is a very cool concept. I do think that over time, maybe 15 years from now, we could start to see some of these out on the road. But personally, it has a long way to go and we are still in the process of building out the electric vehicle infrastructure. So I do believe that is going to be the main focus for a lot of companies and countries at this time. And then also you have companies working on hydrogen powered vehicles. So the solar vehicle concept might have to wait for its mass market debut, maybe a decade or two from now. Let's move on to the next article. BMW's new UI puts widgets on the windshield at CES 2025. BMW is revamping its in-car user interface, starting with the new E-Classy sedan later this year, ultimately spreading to all models, the company announced at CES 2025. Some of it looks and feels familiar, but the big change is a widget-based system that lets users customize the layout, including on the car's windshield. There isn't an actual display on the windshield though. Instead, there are screens embedded in the dashboard that reflect up onto a slightly treated portion of the glass. BMW didn't do away with all displays. There's still a central touchscreen display on the dashboard where drivers and and passengers will find climate and other common settings, a 3D map, and a carousel of customizable widgets. The new UI will include third-party app support, and unlike other competitors, BMW is not moving away from Apple CarPlay support. So this is just some of the latest news that BMW presented at CES 2025. I do wonder what your thoughts are related to those widgets. I personally think this is an introduction into what we're going to see inside of windshields related to transportation. That can go for cars, and that can also go for air taxis, and that might even go for planes, where we might see these type of widgets on the windows of those planes. So one day I do hope to see these widgets in person, just to see what it actually looks like right in front of me. And if that time comes, I'll make sure to film it and bring it to you here on the TYSK report. Let's move on to that next article talking about Toyota and rockets. Toyota is exploring rockets and has made its first investment into interstellar technologies. Japanese automaker Toyota is exploring rockets, Chairman Akio Toyoda announced on stage at CES 2025 on Monday, while hinting at the idea of moving people through space. Toyota initially didn't offer any details except for showing a rendering on stage of a rocket designed by Interstellar Technologies, a private Japanese spaceflight company that's working on a small launch vehicle made to put satellites into space. After the conference, Toyota and other executives elaborated on the idea, telling TechCrunch the company is working with Interstellar Technologies to explore what kind of telecommunications network should be established to support the needs of Woven City. So it looks like Toyota is thinking outside of vehicles. They definitely want to make sure that they have their hands within different aspects of technology as it's growing and becoming more integrated with one another. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out and how they're going to implement this into the connection with their Woven City that I talked about earlier. But let's move on into more news related to Toyota and NVIDIA. Toyota's next generation cars will be built with NVIDIA supercomputers and operating system. Toyota announced at CES 2025 that its next generation vehicles will have automated driving capabilities powered by NVIDIA's Drive AGX Orin supercomputer and safety-focused operating system, Drive OS. Drive OS is the operating system for NVIDIA's autonomous vehicle platform that promises safe, real-time AI processing and integration of advanced driving and cockpit features. NVIDIA's Drive AGX in-vehicle supercomputer, which processes real-time sensor data, is just one of the three computers that makes up NVIDIA's end-to-end self-driving toolkit. The other two are NVIDIA DGX for training AI models and software stacks, and the NVIDIA Omniverse platform to test AV software and generate synthetic data in simulation. So that's even more news related to companies finding a way to implement more autonomous technology into their vehicles. So with all this news that I continue to bring to you related to autonomous technology, I think it's only a matter of time before we start to see this pick up and we can start to see these different vehicles out in different cities or different areas doing a lot more testing than they did in the previous years. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to the world of technology. I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course I brought you some interesting technology that was announced at the CES 2025 event. And to continue to stay informed on all the great things happening in the world of tech, you should like the video, subscribe, and then check out these two videos right here and comment down below in those comment sections and let me know your thoughts.